Hey guys, what's going on? This is Project After the Storm, and today I'm gonna be talking about what psychosis was like for me when I went through it about 4 years ago. Be talking about that to give a bit of a background on where I'm coming from or what was followed up with this really. I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder about 4 years ago, and this is going to take place, the story I'm telling is going to take place right before I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. So I did have an episode, or not an episode, it led to an episode of psychosis, but I had what was initially me seeing shadows of people, where I'd be walking. I was working night shift at the time, and I'd be walking into work. And I would see shadows of people like on my peripheral vision, and I look, and there would be nobody. And I thought, that's pretty weird. That's kind of concerning. But I kept it moving. I kept it pushing. I kept clocking into my shifts, kept working, kept going for the next few weeks until I had decided to move to a different state to go be closer to my mom, to go be stay with my mom. And that's what I did, stay with my mom. And I went there a few weeks later. Before I went there, my mom did come visit me in the other state I was living in, and I told her that I was concerned I had schizophrenia. I was concerned that I had schizophrenia, and I told that to my mom. Pretty concerning to her to hear that, but I felt that, and I felt that something was wrong. Basically, I felt something was off, and when I went to go stay with my mom, the first thing I did, or one of the first things that I did, is I gave up all of my vices, like all of my substance vices. I gave those up. I stopped nicotine. I stopped smoking weed. I stopped drinking, and among other things too. But I won't go too deep into that right now. But I do believe that everything that I stopped did lead to me later on having issues with mania, having issues not sleeping, and then leading to psychosis. So what started everything off was kind of a general feeling of mania, which I had experienced before. I had experienced this before, even years before I had experienced mania. I would say that I've gone through manic depression for years. It's been, I don't know, I've gone through it for years, and this time it was definitely a strong sense of mania, like where I couldn't sleep one night. I was just amped up all night. I could not sleep. I was just thinking about different things, excited for different things. And I woke up feeling pretty good, but pretty burnt out too, because I didn't sleep. Well, I didn't wake up. I never went to sleep, but I got up out of bed feeling pretty good, because I was trying to sleep, but I felt pretty good. It's just I felt burnt out at the same time because I didn't sleep. And this is how everything started. I remember I went downstairs to go make myself some pineapple juice, because at the time I was trying to get healthy. I was trying to get better. And over the next few days, I just started to kind of spiral out. The mania got worse. Not sleeping continued. I couldn't sleep, and my mom tried to do things to calm me down, natural remedies, things like that, natural treatments. Did not work. Still did not sleep. I was given, I believe, Zyprexa, an antipsychotic, and that did not work. It did not calm me down. Could not sleep. It got so bad because it started as mania and me not being able to sleep, but in reality it turned into psychosis. And the psychosis started out as me hearing, I would be talking to somebody for real. I'd be talking to one of my family members for real in front of them, and I would hear them say things that they just did not say. They just didn't say them. They never said them. And yeah, that's how it started. And I thought that they really were saying them, and I was very confused at times. I was scared, and it was very intimidating to me. It was scary at times, and I didn't know what to do. I didn't know how to handle it, and it did get to the point where I even felt suicidal. I felt suicidal, and I believed I was even going to act on that. I did not act on that. Obviously, I'm still here today. I did not act on that, and I actually didn't even attempt to act on that, or to do that. And yeah, I did not attempt, but I did think about it. And I was ready to do it. But I did not. I did write down during my psychosis. I wrote down bank account information for my mom and for my dad to be able to have the money that I had, the little bit, or the money that I had, and I wanted to give that to them. And yeah, I thought I was really gonna do it. I did not do it. I'm thankful to God for that. I'm thankful to God to be here. I'm thankful to God to be alive and married to my beautiful wife, and to be here. But moving on. Yeah, I continued to have the psychosis, and it got to a point I remember where I was lying down. I was trying to sleep or something, but I wasn't able to sleep, and for whatever reason I felt like I was going to die. And this was not me thinking about suicide in this moment, but this was me actually just thinking I was going to die. It was very cold in the room. I think I left the window open, or the window was open, I think, and it was winter. Obviously I wasn't actually gonna die, but I felt I was gonna die. And I remember feeling like this pulse, like it was my heart, and it was my, what I felt was like my life force pulsing and like holding on. And I was holding on through this thought of just thinking about life, thinking about what lied ahead for me, the good experiences that lied ahead for me in life, meaning creating new life. I do want to have children one day, which may sound crazy to some of you, but I do want to have children one day. And yeah, I was thinking about life. I was thinking about new life, and that's what kept me going. And I even felt I was connected to, very weird to say, but I felt like I was connected to my like ancestor at some point. I felt like I was connected to it. I don't believe this is reality. I just believe this is my mind, right? Like just my mind. I don't believe I was actually connected to my ancestor, like my ancestor was speaking to me. But I did in that moment feel that I was connected like to my ancestor's consciousness, which is very weird, like my great grandfather's consciousness or something like that. I felt I was connected to that. It was really strange, but that's what I felt. And yeah, that happened, and later on things progressed more and more. I started to lose more and more touch with reality. And I remember I watched this video on YouTube. This is where things got pretty weird. Like, I was watching the video, and now looking back, I'm confident that the video wasn't actually real. Like, it wasn't, the video might have been real, but this isn't exactly how the video was trying to portray itself, or what was actually said in the video. But in the video, I heard the first half of the video as a traditional pastor talking about the Holy Spirit. Now, the Holy Spirit is part of the Holy Trinity, as a lot of you may know, but that's the Godhead, I believe, the Holy Trinity, Holy Spirit, Son, and Father, right? That's what it is. But this was about the Holy Spirit. And in this video, it was like a traditional sermon, like for the first half, like traditional pastor speaking. And the second half is where things got weird, because in the second half, it was kind of more of a new age perspective, and it was talking about the Holy Spirit almost as a tool to be able to accomplish what you want in life. And I don't believe that's what the Holy Spirit is, but this is what was being presented to me, and what my subconscious was presenting to me. So when I listened to this, I'm like, well, this is crazy. Like, is it actually like this? Like, is this what's going on? And then I just started testing in my mind, thinking about my mind, and I was convinced this is actually how it was, I believe. And basically, like I said, the Holy Spirit being a means to accomplish what you desire, or what you are trying to accomplish. And I believe that, and I remember going deeper and deeper into that, and watching another video which I believe was about that. And when I watched this video, it was kind of a similar message, but it was more like a meditative thing as well. And I remember when I watched it, I felt like my blood boiling inside of me. Like, I felt like my blood, like having, like, I don't know, not obviously not a seizure or something like that, but like my blood like moving inside me in a very weird, strange way. And that freaked me out. Like, I did not feel like okay. I felt like it was like some sort of demonic attack or something. That's how I felt in the moment. Granted, today, I don't know. That could have very well just been my subconscious, what was going on in my subconscious and my psychosis. That's what it could have been. I don't know. But that's what I felt. I felt like this, just my blood moving in a really weird way, pulsing in a really weird way. And I stopped watching the video, and I was like, what the hell? Like, that's not normal. Like, that's not okay. And I remember my mom came in and checked on me. She's like, oh, are you okay, son? And I was like, I don't remember what I said to her, but I think I'm just like, yeah, I'm dropping that, because I had expressed to her about my findings before, and I think I told her I was dropping that, or maybe I just told her I'm alright or whatever. I don't know, but I thought I told her I was dropping that, and I don't know exactly what she said in response, but or what I thought she said in response, but yeah, that's that. Um, Later, things began to progress. Throughout this time, I was opening the Bible and reading the Bible, and throughout this time, I would find passages in the Bible, chapters of the Bible that would coincide with what my thoughts were at the time. And I can get into things coinciding with thoughts and stuff like that later, but I'm not going to get into that so much right now. I'm just going to say that the chapters would coincide with my thoughts, and I would be like, oh, this is significant. This is something I need to be sharing and telling, and so I did. I sent this to my family members, just passages I was reading, and I thought that I was onto something or whatever. And I was going through psychosis. Like, I was going through psychosis, and later on, I opened the Bible, and I found this page in the Bible that wasn't actually a part of the Bible. It was separate. It was like a page about a prophecy, and it wasn't related to any of the, or wasn't connected to any of the books, or wasn't not connected to any of the books, but it wasn't. I don't believe it was in any of the books. It was just separate. And in this prophecy, it talked about 3 lampstands. Now, 3 lampstands to me, in my mind, is signified 3 different people. Now, maybe it was 7 lampstands. I'm not sure, but 3 of the lampstands, it was either 3 or 7, but 3 of them, I thought I knew who they were, and one of them was me. The first person, I was and still am to this day very close to. I called them. I'm like, hey, like, I need help. Like, Like, this is going on, and I'm not okay. Like, the people like here are like not okay. Like, not my family, but somebody else. And I have no problem with the person I'm talking about. I got no problem with the person I'm talking about, somebody else. But in the moment, I thought something was wrong because I was going through psychosis, and I thought something was wrong. When you go through psychosis, a lot of times you think things are wrong, and you think that the people that are close to you are out to get you. That's not always the case. So you got to be very careful when you go through these things. But I thought something was wrong. I'm like, look, I need you to come. Like, I need you. They were in a different state. I'm like, I need you to come. Like, I need, like, this needs to change. And they basically told me I can't do nothing, I can't do anything, and that's what happened. So I thought they might have been the lampstand being the person who was going to lead the people around me, and the people around in my circle that was going to lead us, and maybe even more people, through what I was perceiving as the end times. I thought that the end times were right at the corner, and like right there, like a couple of days away or something like that, and like end of the world type of thing, like Jesus returning type of thing, I believe. And yeah, because it was related to the Bible, and I do believe it was I thought Jesus was going to be returning, but I digress. I don't want to go too deep into that right now. This first person said no, basically, I'm not coming. And in my mind, I'm like, okay, they're not the lampstand, and I'm like, okay, I'm the lampstand. I'm pretty sure I'm the lampstand. Like, I'm supposed to be this person who's supposed to lead me, my family, and people around us, and maybe more, to where we're supposed to go. And that quickly got booted out of my brain because something had happened, and I don't remember what it was, but something had happened where I had let go of that title, like not. How do you say, like, the being able to hold that title of the lampstand? Because, and I'm talking about things that are super abstracted, that existed only in my own mind. I realize that right now, but I'm trying to express to you guys what I went through and what I had experienced. So, through being the lampstand, it held a certain kind of responsibility and a certain kind of staying away from sin and whatnot, and staying pure. And I felt at some point through this experience that I did not meet that criteria. I did not meet that standard. And through that, the lampstand got handed over to somebody else. It was that person I was actually not afraid of, but concerned about. And it got handed over to them. Through that, and before that, I heard this person, I don't know if they really were, but I heard them playing the piano very peacefully, very peacefully, and I just remember thinking, wow, that's different. It's a different vibe than I'm on. Like, that's different. The peace, because I was not on a vibe of peace. I was not okay, and I remember they were taking the dog out. This was very significant in my mind. That's why I'll talk about it. They were taking the dog out, and the dog was kind of a puppy at the time. He was a big puppy, real big puppy, but he was a puppy almost. And he had a lot of energy, and he was pulling and pulling and pulling. And this person was trying to reel him in, and be patient with him, be patient with him, be patient with him. I just remember thinking, wow, I don't know if I could have that kind of patience. I don't know if I have that kind of patience. Like, I don't know if I could do this. I don't know if I could be like that. Be like, in my mind, it was like, be like Jesus Christ. Like he was reflecting Jesus Christ. And that was pretty crazy. That was pretty crazy. Like, just that experience. But eventually, my psychosis had gotten to the point where, how do I say? It had gotten to the point where things came to a boiling point. I had said earlier in the video that I was given Zyprexa. I was given an antipsychotic. I believe it was Zyprexa. And I was given that, a small amount of it, to be able to try to calm me down. It did not work. I was given too little, or it wouldn't have worked at all. I don't know. But it just did not work. I asked for more. I asked my sister for more. I guess she was instructed by a psychiatrist or by my mom to not give me more. I was never given more. Never given more than the standard dose, the small dose I was supposed to be given. That was probably to my detriment. I don't blame my sister. I don't blame my mom. Don't even blame the psychiatrist. But I wish that I would have gotten better treatment from somebody. I wish that something would have been different. But that's what happened. I don't know if I had enough of the meds in me. I don't know, to prevent me from this next step of seeing that my psychosis was so bad and I was losing touch with reality so bad, and realizing that things were not going in a direction that I wanted. And I told my mom, I'm like, I think I need to go to the hospital. And she was trying to avoid taking me to the hospital because she didn't want me to go through that experience. But obviously she listened to me, she respected me, and she was ready to do it. She was right thinking about it, she was right thinking about it. She was completely ready to do it, and she took me. And I went, and that's a different video for a different day, my experience in the hospital. But the psychosis continued for at least a couple more weeks in the hospital. It continued. It did settle down, but it continued for a little while. And I'm happy things aren't like that anymore. I'm happy I don't go through psychosis anymore. I haven't gone through psychosis in years. I haven't. But that was, it was an isolated incident or whatever, but that's what I went through. I was diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder, and that's what happened. But I do take meds to this day. But yeah, not a lot, and not in any antipsychotic doses. Although I do take an antipsychotic medication that's used at higher doses, antipsychotic, but I don't take it at that dose, so I'm technically not on any antipsychotic doses, but I do still take psych meds. And I think one of them at least, they're all prescribed by my doctor, and they're all there to help. But I think one in particular I like. That's what I'll say. One in particular I like, and that is lithium. So that's what I'll say about that. And I just wanted to say that, all of that, and I hope I covered everything. I'll talk to you guys later. Please like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe. I am dying in Minecraft right now. I screwed up, but yeah. Take care, guys. I'll talk to you soon.